to our finals, closer and closer to the grand finals, closer and closer to a spot in China, and that's
and I mean, if you win this series, you're in the finals. It's not the grand finals, but you're in the upper bracket finals, which guarantees you a top 3 finish, which is a very good spot to be in. Obviously, it would be pretty disappointing to go home in third because you barely miss out on that trip to China, on the qualification for the World Finals, which is really what everyone's trying to do here. But I mean, it puts you in a great spot. It gives you 2 chances. You're in the upper bracket still. You win that finals match, you go straight to the grand finals. Even if you lose, you go down to the consolation finals, and you can still make it back up and qualify.
Yeah, they're in a very good spot for sure, man. So I'm very much looking forward to the remaining maps coming from them. So that would be 2-0.
Yep.
So the next map, if I had to guess it, well, we just saw in the Grand. I don't know what the first one was, but I'm going to go ahead and guess Ruins of Lordaeron because I like guessing, so that way when I'm right, I can say, see, I told you so.
Yeah, guys, if you do want to talk about the tournament, you can obviously hashtag it. And it is, let me see, I have that up 1 second. It is BWC Wow. You can hashtag, and hopefully you guys can give us some questions there. You can also tweet at me. I'm at EGAzale, and Conrad here is at ConradNAO. You can tweet at us. I'm looking at my Twitter right now. I'm you're going to be answering some of those questions throughout the day as you do give them to me. And we do have some more questions. So do you ever think we'll see 10-man RBG tournaments like the 3v3 arenas we see today? Honestly, I just feel like maybe you'd see something online, kind of more of a fun thing, but to bring 10 players out per team to a LAN just does not seem realistic to me.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be so hard to organize, so hard to coordinate, so expensive. So I don't really think we'll see that. Another question here. I know you've been very busy commentating, but when will get to see a chance to start seeing you play competitively again? And I will actually be, playing competitively. I still am on EG, and I'm still playing with my team and everything. So you guys will see me very soon.
He's not nearly as good as he used to be, though, guys. I saw him play. He privately streamed for me, and
he's like, lie, by the way.
He's like, dude, look at how good I am, and he's doing the most noobiest things. Like he's fighting an RLS, and he got kicked, and then he got spell locked, and then he let his pet get banished, and it's almost like he just unbound fear. He never peels for himself or anything. So, will you ever see Azale competitively again? Not really.
All right, well, Conrad is a douchebag, as you just did realize.
Wow.
And we're going to be going next into this game. It is a 2-0 lead, for just being honest, going up against NinjaPull. And, I mean, I'm not sure if we have a POV available for that other team. It didn't seem like it. We weren't able to swap, but it'd be cool if we could go to that other POV if we do have it available, just to mix things up a little bit, see how the RLS is handling things. And I mean, as this match does get wrapped up, we are going to be moving in to another match. I'm not sure if it's going to be the other semifinal match or if it will be a lower bracket match. We're going to have to find out, but we're going to be following Swapxy here once again as he does mark up his team. It's going to be Ring of Valor, and I think this is going to be pretty tough for the RLS. I feel like the LOS really does help them out more than it helps out this other team.
Yeah. But there's already a zap onto the enhancement shaman. Looks like our warlock is going to be dotting the pet of the opposing warlock, and the reasoning for that is so he can get a nice soul swap over onto whatever his target ends up being. And it looks like it might be the enhancement shaman. Grounding totem is down though. Let's hope he doesn't soul swap into it. And it looks like he did not, or maybe he did actually, because there are still no dots on him. Only a single corruption. He is going to be throwing a felt flame. I believe he was shocked. There's a UA up as well as a Curse of Agony, but both got removed immediately by that Resto Shaman that's just able to spell that UA with no real sweat.
But right back on that pet immediately. He's already down to 20k. We see that he was just trying to kill that pet off. And the pet does fall for Nerdstomper immediately, and he's going to soul burn out another one. If he hasn't gone to the instant resummon in Demonology, then I think he's really messing up, to be honest. He's going to pop his Demon Soul here, though. Wolves will be popped. They're going to be going hard onto Boetar, who's down about 60% HP. Nerdstomper trying to get as much damage out as possible, but he is taking a lot of pressure. He does not have Earth Shield. He's down about half HP. We're going to have to see a lot of healing coming out, and it's actually a Paladin, by the way, now. It's actually Wogger, that Holy Paladin, instead of the Resto Shaman.
Yeah, I think they just figured, you know what, we can't win with all these shocks going in, but there is a bomb down and I believe a dance as well onto Swapxy, so he's going to be taking heavy damage here, but he's actually going to come out of this bomb just fine. I don't even think he popped Naru on himself. I think that Naru was from Boetar earlier. Yeah,
I don't think he really used anything. Boetar going to be blinded, but they're not able to get any pressure out with that. They're just going to swap Boetar right out of it, and a lot of damage now coming in. It must be a dance being popped there because he is dipping quite low. He's down about 50k HP. He's fully dotted up. We can see that Wogger, that Paladin, is just trying to do as much as he can to heal up his Warlock. Nerdstomper is taking a lot of pressure. War Mastery has been popped, so he will be able to free cast maybe the only time in the whole game. And he does get full dots up on the Enhancement Shaman with that. This Paladin doing a pretty good job so far. He's going to fake that CS, and Nerdstomper, is at about 70k. He needs the tap. He's going to get hexed, and remember, because they're using the Paladin, there's no decurse available, so this Rogue is kind of on his own for now.
Yeah, and I feel like they could actually hit the Paladin here. You hit him a few times, force bubble, and then to swap over onto him. You need to do it with the Wolves out so you have the bash. Line it up with a nice Death Quill, and it's for sure going to be trouble. But that, wow, he actually caught a gigantic heal from his Paladin at that point.
Yeah.
Looks like the pet will fall again because you can't just throw a Riptide on it.
He doesn't have the talent, man. So I really think Nerdstomper has made a huge mistake by not going for that. He does soul burn another pet, but he's down to 40k HP. He has no man. He's going to get coiled. If they have any CC for this Paladin, he may just go down. He's going to pop the Guardian, but he's trying to fake those flash of lights. He gets shocked after faking, and he does have so little HP. 1 point Wog came out. It is doubled, so he will be able to top him off now with the Guardian, but the Guardian is gone. That is a huge cooldown, and this Rogue has no Cloak of Shadows. They're going to swap right back onto him, and we saw it last time, 26k Lava Lash. It's going to just do so much burst from this Enhancement Shaman in this gear set. The Paladin doing a good job topping off, but you can see that pet up on the pillar out of a 10% HP, 5% HP. Looks like it's going to just die to Soul Link damage, and Nerdstomper, once again, without a pet, is going to have to tap. He does get a new one out there, so maybe I'm just not noticing that buff or something, but anyway, he catches a sacrifice. He's still down so low. The Paladin really needs to top him back up, allow him to get those life taps out. The Spirit Wolves once again have been popped.
This RLS is, they're not able to get much pressure out. They're playing with a Paladin. I'm sorry, I call them RLS, but it's an RLP. But I feel like Blukstack needs to put himself in between the Paladin and his teammates. That's going to get so much more pressure going.
Look at Boetar, though, down to 40k HP, taking a lot of damage. A defensive hacks coming out there on a Nerdstomper. Boetar down to 20k HP. We can see the G heals coming in here from Swapxy, helping out his Shaman. They did banish that pet, but it's at 7k. I feel like they should have just killed it. Nerdstomper, though, going to throw out the Fear. Tremor was dropped. We can see he gets shocked on that cast. And Wogger, hurting on mana here, down about 30k. The pet is going to die once again here. And we see Nerdstomper in a familiar position with no pet. He's going to get MCS. He does get the Soul Burn off, but will he remember to Soul Link? It doesn't look like it so far. I don't think he's even noticed, and that could actually be huge if he does not notice that he doesn't have Soul Link. This could really cost him the game. He's going to get shocked on that cast, and indeed he does not notice that he was MCS when that pet came out, so he's going to be taking 20% more damage, and you can really see that coming into play here as he dips down about 30k. He's going to life tap, and he will just die. The bubble coming in from that Paladin, but will not be enough, and unfortunately that is going to be a disappointing finish to the series for them. They're going to lose 3-0. Forgetting the Soul Link is a costly mistake at this point in the game.
Yeah, I feel bad for that Warlock, man. It's so routine. When you resummon a pet, you just hit your Soul Link